Hey everybody, this is Nolan from Asia Pacific Gardening, and today we're gonna cover the 5 most common mistakes for new bonsai owners. Number 1, keeping a tree outdoor or indoor. Number 2, watering. Number 3, repotting issues. Number 4, your soil substrate. And number 5, pruning issues. Thanks for watching this video, everybody. We'll see you next Friday. You didn't think I'd really end the video there, did you? Of course, I'm going to break down the details for you. So mistake number 1, keeping your trees indoor versus outdoor. Here in the Pacific Northwest, we have a temperate climate. So what does that mean? To keep it simple, it means we experience 4 different seasons. Trees that naturally grow in a temperate climate, such as junipers, pines, maples, ginkgos, spruce, larch, and so on, should be kept outdoors as a bonsai tree because the tree needs to go through 4 seasons and experience a fluctuation of day and night temperatures. It's okay to bring your tree inside if you have a party and you want to show off your tree. That's totally okay, but make sure you bring it back outside at the end of the party. Think about why we cut our Christmas trees and only display them indoors for a month and then we throw them away. Why not just grow the tree inside? It's because those type of trees cannot be grown indoors. Why is that? That's because our indoor temperatures replicate a tropical environment. It's generally warm and steady year-round indoors. Our indoor temperatures don't have a winter season, and winter is when temperate climate trees go dormant or rest. When you bring a temperate climate tree inside during its dormant season, you're now keeping something awake that is trying to sleep. If you kept me awake when I'm trying to sleep, I'd probably end up in the spirit world. Tropical trees, on the other hand, can be grown indoors if you have the proper lighting conditions, because our indoor temperatures simulate a tropical environment. It's always warm year-round, so that's why this works. Remember, this information pertains to the Pacific Northwest. If you live in Hawaii, that doesn't mean you can grow a spruce tree outside. There's no realistic way to simulate a year-round temperate climate in Hawaii. So your only option, if you live in a tropical environment, is to grow tropical bonsai trees. Mistake number 2, watering issues. If you have the proper soil and proper bonsai pot, there is no such thing as overwatering. I can't stress this enough. Most beginners damage their trees because they're afraid of overwatering. Think about it. How can it be overwatered when it drains out of the bottom of the pot? What's that? Your bonsai pot doesn't have a hole on the bottom? You probably bought it from a big box retailer. Those bonsai trees are not designed to thrive because they use a cheap packing material as substrate and their pots don't have holes on the bottom. We talked about that in another video that I'll link in the description or up here somewhere. If I'm doing YouTube correctly, you should be able to click on that link. Here in Seattle back in November, it rained every day so hard to the point where the entire valley flooded, and we left all our temperate climate trees outside and they're all fine. Watering is the most important factor of keeping your bonsai trees alive. This is why we have partnered with the folks at Ultimate Innovations to get you the best hose nozzle you'll ever use. These hose nozzles have an easy twist feature that allows you to change from a gentle spray to a strong jet, which actually doubles as an awesome tool for when you're thirsty. Backed by its lifetime guarantee, you literally will never have to go through cheap garden hoses again. It's so durable, I can drop it or slam it and it'll be perfectly fine. And if for some reason any part breaks, it's so easy to take apart. They'll just send you a replacement part for you to attach back together. It's that simple. We literally use this hose nozzle in every part of our greenhouse and also everywhere outside of our greenhouse. This is our go-to hose nozzle. Simply visit shopdepalma.com/collections/bonsai and plug in the promo code bonsai at checkout. You can get 10% off the ultimate fire hose nozzle and several other items. Again, that's shopdepalma.com/collections/bonsai, or simply scan the QR code on your screen to get the best hose nozzle for 10% off. Number 3, repotting issue. When should you repot? That is always the ultimate question. You should only repot a tree if it needs to be repotted. It should never be on a set schedule. We've had some trees for 20 plus years and never needed to repot them. The only time you should repot a tree is if it's getting too root bound, and that's when the roots have overgrown and are now getting all tangled up inside the pot. You can easily check this by taking a metal chopstick and poking the soil. If the chopstick goes through easily, then you're good. If it's giving you a lot of resistance, then it's probably a sign that you need to repot. Certain trees can only be repotted during certain times of the year, and that varies from tree to tree and from climate to climate. We actually did a video a couple years ago on what a root-bound tree really looks like and how you should remedy it. So click on this link up here. Again, if I'm doing YouTube properly, there should be a link you can click on up here to take you to that video, or just check in the description of this video. Number 4, soil issue. Your bonsai soil should be a porous substrate, so when you water it, it'll drain through and out from the bottom. If your soil is super compact, then you're kind of growing your tree in a swimming pool or a mud swamp, which results in the roots not being able to breathe properly. This is one of the reasons why big box retailers' bonsai trees don't last long. It's because there is no hole in the bottom of the pot, or the substrate is generally really compact and cheap. If you buy it from them, you'll now have to purchase a separate bonsai pot and purchase the proper soil, repot it, and do all of this work yourself. You may as well buy a proper bonsai tree that's established at that point and save yourself the trouble. Now you're probably asking, well, what kind of substrate should I use? That also varies from climate to climate. However, our substrate results in a neutral pH level, and we use it for both our tropical and temperate climate trees, and our formula works great. If you want to know what we use, this is our formula. 60% regular potting soil. You don't need to buy the fancy organic soil because you're not growing food. Just use regular potting soil, save yourself some money. The other 40% is a mix of pumice stone, lava rock, and coconut coir. When you mix all of this together, it results in a very porous soil mix, and the pH level is neutral, so you can adjust it with other stuff if you need more acidic or less acidic soil. We've been using this formula for 30 years now, and all of our trees are great. So you can't tell me that this doesn't work, because it clearly does. Number 5, pruning issues. Many beginners think the art of bonsai is growing a tree bigger and bigger and bigger. That's not necessarily the case. A large part of bonsai is maintaining as a key for beginner. If you let the tree grow super big, like this for example, if you let this grow super big, the tree won't have enough energy to sustain itself. Here's an easy analogy you like to use to explain this concept. So, think of your entire bonsai piece here as an established 5-star hotel. The pot and the soil is the lobby where your team is, the trunk is the elevator, the branches are the hallway, and the leaves are the rooms. This right here is an established 5-star hotel. If this hotel continues to expand the hallway and the rooms without expanding the service elevator and the lobby, then it's not gonna have enough staff to tend to all the rooms. The staff will end up prioritizing the new rooms because those are the cleanest and the newest, and the old rooms in the center of the tree will start to get neglected. This is why some trees get super leggy with leaves at the end, because your hotel staff has to walk down the long hallways and only has enough time to service the room at the ends of the tree. So prune your tree. Certain trees are best pruned at certain times of the year based on your climate, so please look into that as you explore this hobby. So these 5 things we covered in this video are the most common mistakes that new beginners make. But there is one more that is starting to get out of control, and that's AI. To learn more about that and why AI is so terrible for the art of bonsai, click on the video on the screen.